what in society right now are you most curious about?
Curious.
Be curious to know what you're
I,
curious about.
yes, I'm curious about a lot of things, but if I were to get down to just one thing in society, I'm very curious about control in society and
Mm,
how we are controlled in certain ways, shaped by the knowledge systems that exist. Like our identities are controlled by the ways that we get to understand them, which is through knowledge. And I'm wondering, and I'm curious about these ways that society casually interact with these forms of control and how they could be shaped, how people can kind of free themselves in some ways from these forms of control, from these ways that we're taught to understand our bodies, and what kind of countercultural movements can kind of uplift us from some of the more negative aspects of how we're taught to see ourselves and our bodies.
so like control as in just like pre-existing frameworks of thinking.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that we don't realize our self-interpretation is kind of taken from these knowledge systems and taken from these systems that are trying to control us and be like, you are this type of worker, you are this type of individual, you're different in this way. Let's make you feel a little bad about it or something, you know? And then that controls us. It makes us feel shameful or guilty about ourselves. And that
Mm.
that feels bad. And it's like, how do we stop feeling bad and shameful when we know that that is a product of these larger power systems that are trying to control us?
And it's through thoughts. So like you become what you think. And so if your example to think your identity of who you are is shaped by something external that affects your thoughts, then you become those thoughts, right?
Yeah, exactly. We are how we see ourselves. And we see
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah,
through
yeah.
the knowledge systems that exist. And if we can't escape that, or if we don't know there are alternative ways of seeing ourselves, then you just become trapped by these controlling forces.